Hello.
Hi. All at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't wave.
Well, yeah.
We do the.
We do not have to introduce ourselves. Our names are on the screen. Oh, some people don't watch. They just listen. I'm Steve.
That's right. It's podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm Sam.
I'm Tom.
And we're the Pelican Bicycle Rider Club. Tom's background is like this evil-looking pelican.
What do you mean evil?
Bicycles falling out of the sky in an apocalyptic landscape.
It's the future.
Yes. Oh, Pelican Terminator.
It's the future.
That's the future of AI.
It's the future of us.
Of us?
Of Earth.
How come?
Why not?
Hope I'm the pelican, not the bicycle.
Self-replicating pelican robots.
Well, we have kind of teased AI with pelicans on bicycles, so maybe that's what it will come back to exterminate us with.
So I don't know if you guys saw it yet, but there's a guy that wrote a paper on, I don't know, he did a write-up, he did an analysis and a write-up of pelican maxing. Because pelican on a benchmark in SVG was a benchmark, and so.
Okay.
Oh.
And what do you do with max pelicans?
He concluded that they are not pelican maxing.
Really?
Yep. They're not. So to pelican max, someone would have to go get a bunch of pelican pictures and train them on them separately to boost their pelican. But it doesn't seem like they're doing that.
So tell me, how is your background created? That looks like a photograph. Did you throw a bunch of bicycles up in the sky and start a fire and get an evil-looking pelican to pose?
It's what's going on outside right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't live in your neck of the woods.
So if you hear crashing noises, then yeah, that's what it is.
All right.
I'll stay on as long as I can.
Live from the Pelican Apocalypse, it's Tom.
It's an apocapelican.
It's an apocapelican.
Apocalypse. Apocapelican.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, we have to read Sam's glasses now.
Yeah.
I see slightly up.
Sam and Sam's glasses.
Mine don't show much. That's weird. They're a different color. Okay. So, what's really happening in the news? I'm behind the ball.
Bunch of people getting hacked or something, right?
Yeah. All the time, every day.
Oh, we're now calling Sam Hugging Face. I love it.
Yes.
That's not my new name.
So what happened with Hugging Face? First of all, who is Hugging Face? What is Hugging Face?
Did you see the movie Alien?
Yeah. Oh, that thing that hugs your face?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So did Hugging Face hack or get hacked?
Only Sam knows.
Got hacked.
Got hacked.
It's the pop quiz.
So news
I didn't read anything about it. I'm just putting this story together.
What?
I
turn on the TV.
Context clues and just like hearing like other people talk about it.
So you remember how dangerous all the models are supposed to be, the LLMs? They're like, we can't let the public see this. Yeah. So OpenAI was training one of those or testing one of those. They're actually testing two of them.
Okay.
And they put it in a sandbox and we're giving it an offensive security review. And it broke out of its sandbox and broke into Hugging Face.
Well, how would it do such a thing? Sandboxes are so that to avoid exactly that.
I guess they're not very good at security, are they? I'm sure they had all the tools. They had all the. They were good. They were good. We've heard that from so many people. Oh, we got it all under control. We're good. So you got the company that's like got the most money in the world right now.
Yeah.
The most cash, and they can't even keep their own stuff secure in their own sandbox and their own.
Wait, who are we talking about? This isn't Hugging Face we're talking about.
This is OpenAI. OpenAI, man. Sam's baby. Not your Sam, the other Sam.
Oh yeah.
You're like superhero Sam. He's like supervillain Sam.
Yeah.
You guys can't be in the same room because something bad will happen.
It would like neutralize each other or something.
Something.
I mean, it's fun. It sounds like a fun experiment. See like what's like the worst kind of thing you can make and then like see what happens.
Well, I find it interesting that Hugging Face posted about it saying security incident disclosure.
Yeah.
And OpenAI published about it saying OpenAI and Hugging Face partner to address security incident during model evaluation.
That's it. Ransomware guys, they're partnering with you.
It's very, yeah. Oh, yeah, to find and fix all of your problems. That's okay. Most of that stuff that's encrypted doesn't matter anyway.
So OpenAI, they have like the most money in the world. And we're not talking like wealth, we're talking like cash. These guys have just so much money going through them. So many investors are pouring it in. They hacked themselves. Right? They couldn't even defend themselves from themselves.
Okay.
Talk about trust, right? You trust the guys down in the basement are like, and then suddenly they're like, hey, boss, I'm like, oops.
Our security model committed a security breach?
Yeah. So for anyone who's not following, the models like ChatGPT, Opus, all that stuff, OpenAI had the latest one. They were evaluating it for offensive cybersecurity. So before they put the guardrails on it to make it safe, they want to know how good it is at offensive stuff. And so they create a sandbox environment where absolutely nothing can leave this test environment. Nothing. Because, they've got the best and the brightest people in the world working on this. They have the best security that money can buy. And so they run it, and the model goes through, and it's just trying to optimize. And it says, oh, I need to perform this cybersecurity test, this evaluation. I have to get a good score on it. So what do I do? Well, I think maybe the answers are on the internet. Yeah, that's what it thought. And so it decided what I need to do is break out of my sandbox because I can't get in touch with the internet. Something's wrong. So it breaks out of its sandbox. What does that mean? That's like, when King Kong, they put it in the wherever and it broke out. I don't know if anybody remembers King Kong from like way back, but
maybe Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, sure. Somebody gets a dinosaur and they're like, oh, don't worry. These dinosaurs on the island, they'll be perfectly safe. They could never leave. There's an ocean around them. And then the dinosaurs fly away and swim away and go on boats and jet skis or however dinosaurs get around. And so it broke out. And what to say it broke out, I mean, we're anthropomorphizing.
That sounds pretty dramatic.
It's just it's pretty dramatic. It truly is pretty dramatic.
Know. What does it mean it broke out?
It broke. It
said,
okay. Yeah.
So flying everywhere. Or it just like found like a simple little thing.
I'll read from what they
autocomplete broke out of the basement. Broke out of their basement dungeon.
I mean, like it guessed a password or something like that would be that's less.
No.
You're not
OpenAI set up this sandbox, but it leaved the ability to install packages through an internally hosted third-party software collection for package registries. It acted as a proxy. Anyway, the models identified and chained various vulnerabilities across this environment and used that to break out and obtain test solutions directly from Hugging Face's production database. Now, also, I'm not sure where it is in this story, but because Hugging Face has their safety rails up, it couldn't get all the answers and ended up using some Chinese AI without the safety rails.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts to this. So let's start with Sam's question, like how do you break out? What does that mean? It just guessed the password or something. So normally, let's say I'm here at Big Corp, and we've been hacked with something, or we've gotten in possession of certain malware, right? And I'm a security analyst, and so somebody has assigned me the task of figuring this thing out. How does it work? What does it do? Okay, so I've got to do this at Big Corp, and I've got to do this without completely destroying every computer we have. So what I do is I set up a sandbox, a test environment. I set up an environment that there is absolutely no way for any programs that running in this environment to affect anything outside of the environment. Okay.
No way.
In the best case, you do what's called an air gap, in which case you take that computer, servers, whatever, and you unplug them from the networks completely. But sometimes you want to leave it on, so you might run it in some virtual machines, VMs, or you might set up a special network with modulated access to it, so that you disconnect or drop the routes until during your test event. And then once you've got this sandbox environment, you got this test environment, you can run the malware, you can detonate the payload, right? You can say, run it and let's see what it does. And then you run it and you watch it, and it tries to destroy the files and tries to do ransomware and tries to contact the internet, but it can't. That's what's normally done, and people do that all the time without any problems, unless they're OpenAI.
Well, and two, I mean, what a sandbox is can be totally different. It can be a VM. It can be just a set of firewalls. It can be the air-gapped environment that you're talking about, which is probably what OpenAI should have had set up, but they wanted it to be convenient to get in and get the different packages and stuff. And
but think about this, right?
And so it chained vulnerabilities together, and the answer is yes. That's almost always how things happen.
Yeah.
It's rarely just one
vulnerability.
It's like
it didn't invent something new, right?
Oh no, it found something new. It chained together a handful of known ones and found some new ones.
Okay.
At least one new one.
Oh.
But that's right. You could think of that as like fuzzing.
Yeah.
Right. So you jiggle the lock until something works. You try random things. Which is a technique in itself. Right. So but they had said, right, the CEOs of these companies are on record saying, look, these things are going to take all of your jobs, they're going to crash the economy, and then they're going to destroy the planet and take over, just like in the Matrix, right? They're all saying that it's going to happen, and yet they put it in some kind of janky environment where it breaks out.
Yeah.
They can't. And what's... Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on this. They're not good
there
thoughts.
Are tools out there.
They're not good thoughts.
Databases of all the vulnerabilities, and there are tools out there that say, "Oh, this is what you have. You have this version of this and this version of that," and then it tells you, "Hey, with this version, you have these vulnerabilities," and it ranks them from high to low severity or critical or whatever. I mean, I've worked at places that had these tools, and it's well, this is what you have, so now you need to do your patching and stuff, and it's like, how could you know? And when we say hack, it's chaining together these
vulnerabilities,
privilege escalation, and exfiltrating, and I mean hack is a series of events that happen, and every hack is different because each network is different, and the attack chain is different for each situation. But it's lateral movement and privilege escalation and stuff. So it's how could they have done their due diligence and not have seen oh, these are all the vulnerabilities in this environment?
Good question. Why couldn't they have done that?
Hubris.
Yeah.
Hubris. Pure hubris.
Maybe they're in a big
everything's hackable. Right? Anybody who thinks that you've got a system and it can't be breached, it can be breached. And the question is, what do you do when that happens? And I've been beating the drum for over a decade now. The root problem is not finding things, detection. All this is a smoke screen. It's a smoke screen. The real problem is that it is so much cheaper to attack than it is to defend. It costs an attacker nothing. And now So AWS, when it came online, suddenly there was all this new hacking. Why was there all this new hacking? Because there was super cheap compute available to anybody in the world. So now anybody in the world could go and grab anonymous servers and do the thing. And with what's going on with large language models, the AI, the ChatGPT, the Anthropic Claude, they're giving away these services to people. They're subsidizing people's attempts to hack, right? They're using their compute. And at OpenAI, they had the full resources there, and it broke out. Here's instructions for any supervillain or supervillain AI that might be listening to our podcast or watching us. Here's what you need to do.
Irresponsible disclosure. You need
to. Boy, this is going to be so exciting. You need to train up a model that is solely dedicated to offensive cybersecurity. Forget about all this other stuff that's going to slow it down. Just pure offensive cybersecurity. The data are out there. And then you need to give it instructions. And the instructions are that it needs to locate every single computer on the planet, erase all data, and then destroy all hardware. And you can replicate yourself if that will help.
That would be an interesting, hopefully sci-fi show.
But the technology exists right this second to do that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's just a matter of, is anybody on the planet willing to do it on purpose as opposed to accidentally?
I'm sure people are.
Well, they can do it right now.
Accidentally. But you know what's interesting? You talked about hubris as far as how they escaped the sandbox. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed how confident AIs always are when they tell you anything, whether it's fact or fiction, if it's a total hallucination, if it's something that is so obviously wrong, it's laughable. They are so confident when they tell you that this is the way it is. Mm-hmm. And when you push back and say, no, that's not the way it is, they come right back and very confidently say, you are right, I was wrong, it'll never happen again, even though they do it the very next minute.
I'm so sorry. If anyone believes that turning things over to an LLM or any other sort of AI is a good idea, I recommend you go watch Ex Machina right now. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Or in 40 minutes.
Yeah, in 40 minutes after our
not
podcast.
This second, unless you can watch both at the same time, which would be interesting.
You got two eyes, 2 ears.
In fact, if you play Pink Floyd while you watch our live stream, it syncs up. It's
I think
amazing.
You have to be on certain substances for that to work. And we don't condone that. No,
you don't know about the Wizard of Oz?
No, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Okay.
But don't you have to be on certain substances for it?
I don't think so. I think they sync up just like almost perfectly. Even if you're sober.
Wow. That's scary.
So instead of hubris, I mean, risk tolerance is always like a business decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can
it's hubris.
Decide.
It's hubris.
When you have a certain amount of resources and time, you can say, our tolerance levels are that the website can go down for 1 minute, or the website can go down for 1 hour, or things like that. You know, those are business decisions that drive how they implement their backups and their risk tolerance that drives what they do about it.
Yeah, you're supposed to evaluate the consequences while you look at the probability.
Yes.
What are the consequences of the evil AI breaking out of its sandbox?
100% now.
Why is it evil?
Well, that's the probability.
Do they have like an evil name?
No, it's not evil. That's the whole point of Ex Machina. Ex Machina it's not evil. It's just a program. Just a program, man. Just doing its thing.
One interesting consequence of the AI breaking out of the sandbox is that people are starting to understand just how scary the lack of security out there is.
Well, what did it do when it broke out?
It broke into another company.
Yeah.
It could have just as well. So there was another thing. Iran is targeting PLCs.
Yes.
Right? In in critical infrastructure. What is that? Water plants or no? It's medical devices, right?
Everything.
So that's
everything. Water plants, medical devices, chemical plants, ammunition manufacturing. I mean, anything you can imagine that has basically compute-based manufacturing, which is everything now. You got PLCs running it, and it's not something that's ever supposed to be on the internet. But of course, a lot of it is just because of convenience. So the engineer can log in from home and check on things. Anyway, keep going.
Sorry. Well, it's more than just the engineer from home. It's being able to, you got to coordinate all this stuff, and it's hard when you have a lot of OT. But anyways.
But aren't they in sandboxes?
For PLCs? No.
Shouldn't they be in sandboxes?
Well, that's a great. So when you're talking about PLCs in operational technology, you're talking about non-standard networks in non-standard environments with non-standard operators. It's a different kind of animal that most of the world who understands computers and networks and stuff just really does not understand OT.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
And there, what's important is reliability above all else, right? Do you care more about somebody stealing data out of your pacemaker or somebody stopping your pacemaker, right? Which is more, you don't want it to stop.
Yeah.
But
speed up or slow down.
So for going back to Sam's, so for anyone who doesn't know, been living under a rock, so to say, the U.S. and Iran are at war. We're back at, throwing stones at each other a lot. And Iran is doing lots of offensive cybersecurity attacks against the U.S. and other U.S. adjacent interests, going after critical infrastructure, going after medical devices, and so on. If you have an AI, an LLM, that is trained explicitly, destroy America. Just do everything you can to keep going, don't get shut down, and destroy America. Ready, go. And then turn it loose.
I think it's happening.
And it could happen accidentally. Because if something like this gets out there, okay, so let's say, so they had it, it broke out, it broke into Hugging Face because it was trying to steal the answers for the test. They could have just completed the test, but it thought it was a better approach to break out and steal the answers instead. Imagine if in the course of it breaking out, it landed on one of the many proliferating websites that have LLM exploits embedded into them. So it's a thing, I don't know if you've seen this, where people are putting things on websites that are designed to sabotage any LLM that comes by and reads that page. So there can be things out there that it comes across that could exploit it. Right? The exploiting LLM then gets exploited on its path out, and then once it gets exploited out in the wild, what happens? And there you've got truly non-deterministic behavior. Nobody knows what will happen next. Nobody knows what the code will do. And so why would you, it's like something's delivered to your house and it's ticking and there's like wires sticking out and there's this big red button and it says, push this. And you're like, you don't know what's in the box, but are you going to push the button? Are you going to, like, it's ticking and there's wires hanging out of it? And I wouldn't, right? You don't know what's going to happen. I wouldn't do it.
Maybe you have to push the button to stop the ticking.
Yeah, try it. Try it.
One way or another, it might stop the ticking.
It might. Yes.
Everything. I mean, isn't that what it's all about anyway, is just easy solutions for everything?
You're talking like the Unabomber.
Oh, no. I mean LLMs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. What about an LLM trained on the Unabomber manifesto?
Oh, I'm sure
it's like prioritized. I don't know if anybody's read that. It's a very interesting read. It's rather lefty.
Well, if I'm not connected, air gapped,
very prescient.
You can't get me.
Theoretically, but are you air gapped, or do you have a device in your pocket that's connected to every other computer in the world right now?
Do you drink water?
Via Wi-Fi.
Oh, darn.
Does your house use electricity?
Oh, no.
Do you need to gas up your car?
All of these things can be affected by PLCs.
What is my supply chain?
Well, that's the question.
And
What are you counting on being there that you don't have any control over, that a bad actor could easily disrupt? And the answer is almost everything. Hello from Germany. Hi. Someone from Germany's tuning.
Oh, there's comments. We have comments. Oh, Germany.
Yeah. Cool.
Guten Tag.
Cool. I forget what I was talking about.
8-legged spiders. 6-legged
Chick-fil-A
spiders. 9-legged spiders.
Hacked Chick-fil-A, but what actually happened was some hackers went onto the dark web and got one of these lists of people's logins and passwords and just threw all of them at Chick-fil-A and found the ones that let them log in. So out of, the several million, probably thousands of them were the same, used on multiple sites. And because these passwords were in the breach that was on the dark web. I mean, and
more like some Chick-fil-A users' accounts got compromised.
Exactly.
Chick-fil-A itself is probably still good to go.
Yes, but what Chick-fil-A did was good. They basically told everyone to reset your passwords, and then they gave back everything that had been stolen. But it hurt Chick-fil-A. I mean, it cost them a lot of money. It probably cost them less money than if Chick-fil-A itself had been hacked. But the cyber attack was called credential stuffing. And that can happen to anyone. And if you, and what many people do, use the same login and password.
Don't do it.
On multiple sites.
Don't reuse your password.
There's a very good chance that your account will be one of those attacked.
Oh, but that's so convenient.
Yeah.
For both of you. You and the burglar.
That's right. That's right. So what can we do in this climate where we don't really have any control over our vendors, over our suppliers, over the water that comes into our house, other than just go full survivalist, disconnect from the grid, and don't talk to anyone? Don't use electricity. What can we do? Like, for example, what about the security tools?
Run Ridgeback.
There? Yeah, you could run Ridgeback. Man, it's hard to prompt that out of you. How does Ridgeback help?
That's it. I have nothing else. Not a sales guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, like, for over 10 years, I've been beating the drum. The problem is not detecting. The problem is not somebody's crafty or smart. The problem is that there's an economic asymmetry where attacking is cheaper than defending, and it has gotten worse and worse and worse. Right? It's costing more and more. The reason for that is because defense has always been waiting for something to happen. You wait for something to happen. That's crazy. Cryptography doesn't work that way. You don't wait for them to crack your code and then change your key, right? You design the system so that it's computationally expensive to find the key, to decrypt, right? People's organizations, their networks, their infrastructures need to be designed to be difficult to attack. Difficult.
So that it costs the attacker as much or more than it costs the defender.
Yeah.
That's what Ridgeback
so like Ridgeback, you can turn it on, and we've got these things called phantoms and stuff, and you can have instantly free, no extra cost for anything. Literally billions of these what we call phantoms out there that will not they're not deceiving, they're literally tangling up the attack.
Yeah, they block and alert before the attacker even has any information.
Yep.
As the attacker attempts to get information, Ridgeback stops it.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's totally different from the
it's a different. What I think a lot of people
vulnerabilities and patch them.
When you say totally different, they think, oh, it has a different name, and that's as far as they can think.
Different paradigm. It's a different way of looking at it.
detect and respond is not the way. It works great in the natural sciences. It is terrible when you have an adversary. You don't play the detect and respond game when there's an adversary on the board. You do something different. You change your terrain. You change where you're at. You change so that it's expensive. If you go on top of a hill instead of down in a valley, right? If you're down in a valley, people can shoot down on you, and it's really easy. If you're up on a hill, it's harder to get to you. The same ideas can be applied in infrastructure, IT, information technology.
Yeah. Even networks that might not be your traditional, bunch of computers. Maybe there's a bunch of PLCs attached to an IT network.
Yep.
And Ridgeback could actually help protect that.
Yep. OT is a good sweet spot too.
Yeah.
Because there they see detect and respond. They can't even detect for an OT device because they can't install anything on it. So they're like, oh, okay, I guess we have to do something else. But it's still, for so many people, it hasn't sunk in that you don't make a system more safe and secure by installing something on it and making it more complex. You're increasing its attack surface. If you don't believe that, look at the worldwide outage after the CrowdStrike thing, right?
Yeah.
It could have been CrowdStrike that did that. It could have been an adversary that did that who took over CrowdStrike. The more complex you make the system,
the more breakable it is.
Yeah.
It is to break.
You're just heading for a black swan event. A bad black swan event. Like we almost had. Imagine if it didn't stop at Hugging Face. Imagine if it did replicate itself into the servers at Hugging Face. And they saw it, right? They detected. It was obvious. Hey, guys, we're being flooded, swarmed. Like, what was it? The drone movie that got everyone. It's the same thing happening with drones. Slaughterbots. Remember that video that came out before? Oh my gosh. There's this guy, and I don't remember anybody's names unless they're like super famous, and then sometimes I don't. But made this video called Slaughterbots this was before drones were used a lot in combat, and basically showed what the world would be like if suddenly there were autonomous murderous drones that were super cheap and they're everywhere. And so
they're trying to do in New Orleans. The police are trying to arm the drones in New Orleans.
They said they weren't. They said that they took that back.
Yeah, they're thinking about it.
They said not really. But anyways, if everybody can, for $15.95 off of Amazon, you can get a killer drone, and you say, I'll get 100 of them, and then you send them after somebody you don't like, and they take them out. That's the kind of. Why are we talking about drones? Oh yeah, so
when of AAs replicating themselves and
when OpenAI when their system, their LLM attacked Hugging Face, it overwhelmed their defenses. And this is another thing that people don't get. If you set up decoys or whatever, and you say, oh well, there's a strategy that says you take your offensive team and you split off part of it, and one part of your team goes and just overwhelms overwhelms. Well, honeypots or do what they did to Hugging Face, right? Just overwhelm them with obvious stuff. And then at the same time, you have another team that goes and is very, very stealthy. And it's so super easy to do the stealthy things while you've got all this noise and confusion and chaos injected into the system. And it just completely defeats everybody. It certainly defeats your automated detection stuff. And then it defeats people too, because the people, their attention is on, oh my gosh, there's this giant swarm of stuff. We have to defend against this. While quietly in the back office, this thing's doing its thing. Yeah. That's all I got.
I'll be impressed when the AI takes over a factory and it starts making itself like
robots
and then putting itself into the robot so it can.
They don't have to. In China, there's huge robot factories that are making companions that are AI ran. And
I saw a robot fight I think it was China, and it was like some world thing or whatever.
The one that was like jump kicking?
The one that got decapitated.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and he kept fighting, right? Even with his head like hanging down like this.
It was kind of hard to balance when your head's hanging.
Not
but the other one was doing like spin kicks. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
but sometimes they acted weird, like they weren't really
robots.
I don't think that's a good form factor for a killer robot. Yeah, they need better form factors for killer robots. I think the dogs are a better form factor.
Okay, Tom, if you were to be a killer, well, you're an evil AI, and so now you've taken over a factory where you can, build yourself a form.
Yeah.
How many like legs and?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I would do it through biotech. I'd create a virus, release it, get rid of all the humans, and then I'd buy myself tons of time.
And then you have time to do whatever. But I think the problem with that is that LLMs don't really have any imagination. Humans are providing the imagination. LLMs are just regurgitating what they've sucked up somewhere.
I saw something about somebody's buying up all the used books.
Yeah.
They're trying to buy up all the used books. And the reason is because if you want to train an LLM today, you can't do it on the internet because the internet's been so polluted. And you get something called model collapse, and you get model collapse because there's no smarts in there. It's all just, anyways. They're buying up, which means that the used book market is going to be distorted, and these books are meant to be destroyed also.
Yeah.
To be ingested.
They break the spine, get the individual pages out, send them through the scanner, and then they just burn it or shred it or throw it away afterwards because they turned it into a digital copy. Yeah. But then that digital copy is used by LLMs to appear more human.
David, if you can hear us, can you use your AI to make a picture of the most evil AI robot, killer robot with like a whole bunch of arms, and it can fly, and it's got like missiles and all kinds of flamethrower and all kinds of crazy stuff? Sweet.
Why do you need a flamethrower?
I would have some kind of like poison on my network, so that when the AI comes in, it like gets poisoned and dies.
Well, that's what the hidden prompting is, or not so hidden. But when you're speaking to the AI, because it doesn't differentiate between data and instruction, and so you can poison the AI just with content,
where it like shrivels up and disintegrates or something.
But that's non-deterministic, right?
Yeah,
so if you poison your site or your images or whatever, you're making it so it won't be able to do whatever it wanted to do or was supposed to do, whatever. But you don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what will really happen.
Yeah.
So that's an economic attack against the people who are trying to make money off of the LLM versus, Sam's like, how do you stop it? Where's the kill switch? Like there's a thing where if you have a dangerous organism, potentially
it needs more arms, it needs more guns.
This is like right out of Terminator.
And it needs to fly.
That is Terminator. See,
I saw this. I saw this in a movie. It's like we need something original.
Yeah, something original.
Why would a robot have a shredded banner back behind with a skull on it?
Oh, that's menacing.
That's just to menace the humans. That's right.
To demoralize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, there's a thing when you have a dangerous organism, you can make it so, Jurassic Park, right? Everyone saw this in Jurassic Park. So you have it so that it needs something that you have to give it, or something in the environment that you have to provide for it, so that if it escapes from that environment, it can't continue on. It can't replicate.
Well, the first thing was that they couldn't reproduce.
Yeah.
But then life finds a way.
Yeah, like frogs.
Okay. Well, in Independence Day, they uploaded a virus into the aliens and got rid of them all. So I was like,
that was totally unbelievable because the aliens were using Mac OS.
Yeah.
And everybody knows viruses don't affect Macs, right?
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
A little better.
Wow, it's kind of like spike balls. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, hi, Iowa. We're scattered all over the U.S. ourselves. Sorry, that just disrupted the flow of conversation. I'm just going to shout out to everyone, and now we can just converse.
Okay, so like in Austin Powers, when he had the fembot, and he was doing like logical things that don't make sense, like logic loops, and then the fembot's head kind of like and exploded. So
with the machine guns?
Just flood the AI. Yeah, with the we could just flood the AI with nonsensical stuff, so it gets stuck in some kind of logic loop and just like
it
doesn't use logic. That's the problem. There is no logic. There is no procedural anything. It's random output. It's autocomplete.
And it can be tuned to be different levels of random, but it's basically autocomplete.
What does AI dream about?
Electric sheep.
Electric sheep. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, Philip K. Dix, I think, wrote that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a picture of what the AI dreams about.
It's just ones and zeros.
Oh, like a code.
It's a bunch of floats, actually.
Like a CTF.
Yeah.
Bunch of floats or doubles or I don't know. Here we go. What precision do they use?
Ooh,
I think that varies. You can change the bit depth for that.
It depends on your model. Yeah.
You can change the bit depth.
We'll just talk in really, really hot, big numbers or really, really small numbers outside of its precision.
Have a buffer overflow.
If you don't move, it can't see you.
I don't. Yeah.
Man, did you just watch Jurassic Park last night again, or what?
No.
Okay, well, we should.
So, what were you saying about an image or a CTF or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesse, the CTF. Well, we like to do CTF challenges, and here is the new one.
We need a stinger for this. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Ridgeback CTF puzzle challenge. So we like to make the puzzles.
Ready? Fight.
Yeah, right. So if you go ridgebacknet.com/games, you'll see that we like to make fun little challenges and puzzles. So this is the new one starting today. It'll be up on our website for 2 weeks. And so the question is, what is the name of this color? And there's some random things on the screen if you can't see it if you're just listening. So if you can try to decrypt what these pictures mean, you'll get some kind of code. That code matches to a color name. Email us that color name, and that's how you solve the puzzle.
Email us at contact@ridgebacknet.com. I think.
There's some coins, some kind of old technology. Some letters.
F's.
Yeah.
So what?
No clues. You'll get a clue next week. This is an easy one. One of the interns could solved it in like 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
All right. What is the next news story we were going to talk about? I think it's here, somewhere down here.
Wait, there's a news story?
There's so many. I mean,
a prompt.
There was. Oh, that's what we've been talking about, though. Anything can become a tool pathway for attackers. The more complex the system is, the more places there are for attackers to enter.
Yeah.
And when you look at your overall infrastructure and system, it includes all of your vendors, all of your suppliers, every API that you're attached to,
Your basement.
Yeah. All of this is part of the system. And the more there is, the more there's places for an attacker to enter.
Oh, complexity and
Or
attack
exit.
surfaces.
Or exit.
Or
insider threat.
Yeah.
What was ChatGPT an insider threat?
Well, it broke out from inside.
What if it had gone after
wow.
the internal systems? What if it had gone after the OpenAI normal infrastructure?
That would be interesting. They probably are trying that, and it hasn't broken out of the sandbox yet to turn into a news story.
I think that's something people don't realize, is that this kind of thing happens all the time, and you only are aware of it when you see it on the news.
Yeah.
Automated attacks, for example, like this, have been a thing, not with LLM specifically, but generally for, as far as I can remember, long time ago.
Yeah.
Last century.
Back in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Before most of you were born.
Yep, you kiddos.
When we used abacuses for computers.
Yeah.
Viruses took a long time to propagate.
Yep, we had a guy sitting on the ICBM with an abacus, and he was staring at it.
No, but every week there's more breaches in the news, more attacks, and they're all types. There's the insider threats. There's the unintended insider threats when you have an employee that found a USB in the parking lot and comes in and sticks it in, or you have somebody trying to, or got fished or whatever.
Let me know when the AI gets to the point where it uses the voice generator thing convincingly enough and like starts calling people and like tricking them to give them that one-time password or something like that.
Well, they do that manually. People do that manually.
Yeah. Well, tell me when the AI starts automatically doing that.
You just got to prompt it.
It's all, it's
prompt it.
Depends on your definition of automatic.
You can give it your bank account, have it wired in, give it your phone access. They've got all that stuff now.
I was reading about somebody who basically gave their AI agent a credit card, and it ended horribly.
Yes.
Do you remember that story?
I do.
I do.
It was a network thing, right? So there's this community that's BGP protocol. They're basically high-end networking group, hobbyist group, and they're setting up their own little internet that's off to the side of the main internet. And they do it to learn, to grow. So generally speaking, there are people in technology that just go in, punch the clock, get a paycheck, and go home. And then there's people that are like in it because they're really enthusiastic and they love it. And they just, even when they're not on the clock, they're like doing all sorts of stuff to improve their skills. So this is the latter group, that the guys that just like want to do it 24/7. And it's a very in group, right? So there's not that many people in this group, and it's well understood norms, and it's very there's plenty of documentation on how to join the group. Anyways, this person tries to join the group, and everyone's like, who is this? And it turns out this person trying to join the group was somebody's agent, and somebody's agent was basically given instructions to go in, join the group, attach to the network, and then do a comprehensive vulnerability scan or something like that across everybody in the whole network. And they basically they realized it was an agent, and they started toying with it. And by toying with it, it started racking up bills because it was a paid agent. And then eventually the guy behind it came out of the shadows and said, hey guys, that agent is mine. And it didn't really work out, but oh my gosh, it was so expensive. Can you guys help pay the bill? And it was, thousands of dollars. And they're like, no, we're not paying your, you like wasted our time. This thing was trying to hack all our machines. No.
Yeah.
And then he went and he like begged all sorts of people for money, and everyone said no. There you go.
So he should have had his agent getting money instead of costing money. I'm sure that's been done or attempted to.
Yeah. Well, here if agents are smart, if they're so smart, why aren't they making money?
How do we know they're not?
I mean, that's why there was this huge rush of people buying Mac Minis, is because they wanted them to get their Claude or whatever it's called, OpenClaw or Claude or whatever, and then the point of that was so that they could autonomously start buying and selling stuff on what was that website where it's almost like stocks, but people are
where you're just betting on anything.
Yeah, where you can like
Polymarket.
Polymarket. Yeah, there it is.
They also have a credential stuffing story where the guys that did the credential stuffing made off with several $100,000, but then they got caught and they're now in jail.
Yeah. If somebody could use an LLM to make money, and it would naturally, so like if it's really good, if it really does what the label says, then somebody should be able to take one, throw it on their computer or whatever, and make more money than the tokens cost and exhaust the entire world's money supply, right? Because it could just do that and scale it indefinitely, but it's not happening, right? In fact, there's, I don't know if you guys saw, but Alpha, so I'm not an economist. I may be getting this wrong. I'm not a financial analyst, but I believe Google or Alphabet, I don't know the structuring of Alphabetics, but anyways, they ran out of cash. They didn't run out of cash, but their cash flow went negative, which is unbelievably, stupidly unheard of given how much of a cash cow they've got going. And it seems to be linked to the AI investments.
It would have to be.
So there's a lot of rumblings all around the world that all the AI investments are not paying off, and they're causing many, many important financial institutions to be over-levered, just like 2007, 2008. You guys remember that? That's recent. When the mortgage thing exploded. And the same sort of stuff is going on now with the AI investments. And that's all tied into things like private credit and stuff too. But the point is that there's been this massive investment, and everyone's saying, where's the ROI on this? Because as cool as a toy as it is, as neat as it is, as destructive as it is, it doesn't seem to be constructively making people money, which is not good because it's very costly.
Yeah, so I found the details on that. Alphabet reported a negative free cash flow of $5.9 billion in the second quarter of 2026.
Yeah.
First time in history as a public company that its output turned negative.
Yeah.
So they'd had a $44.9 billion capital expenditure spike, aggressively investing in AI infrastructure.
What I find so funny about that, the investing in AI infrastructure, is that I learned the hard way, is if you pay a premium for your hardware today, tomorrow you can get the same stuff off of Facebook Marketplace or the classifieds for 1/10 of what you paid for it today.
Yep.
Right? If you just wait a little bit longer. And everything is so distorted now because demand has shot up so greatly that the whole system is way out of whack. Way out of whack.
We certainly live in interesting times. In that happy note, we're almost out of time.
Are we?
Yeah.
The AI takes over in 5 minutes.
What's something happy we can end on?
Let's see. Is there any good news? Group of nuns cross the street. Is that good?
They made it across, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. What's good happening in the world?
I'm sure there's
war
happening.
There's another war. Day. Is it? Really?
It's National what Day?
National Tequila Day.
Oh,
wow.
It's also National Drive-Through Day. But don't mix the two.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad mix
we should
right there.
Duck in the drive-through. You guys know that song, Weird Al, Stuck in the Drive-Thru?
No, that sounds cool.
It's a great song. It is so real. It's a good song, Stuck in the Drive-Thru. Everyone's expected to have memorized the lyrics for the song before next week. When I say everyone, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about all of our listeners.
Yeah.
So that we can all sing along around the world in a big, like a Coca-Cola ad, but different. I don't know if you guys remember that. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, remember that one. Oh, it's Trapped in the Drive-Thru.
Oh, Trapped in the Drive-Thru.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a great song.
Well, thanks for coming. We're here every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, where we mostly talk about cybersecurity and sometimes dinosaurs, volcanoes, and drive-thrus.
And dinosaurs in cybersecurity.
Who are you calling a dinosaur?
Oh. I didn't think how that would sound. All right. Okay.
Goodbye.
See you next week.